So we are in week 5 now of the marathon prep. I'm back into normal running now. So tomorrow I have a tempo run, 16k in total. So I'm gonna do a 2k warm up, then I'm gonna run 7k at a 5-minute pace and then 7k at a 4:50 pace. So I'm gonna be running this outdoors, which will probably be quite hard because of the heat. But I'm basically prepping all of my things for tomorrow. So I started fueling my runs now as well. I'm very dialed in now with the nutrition side of things, the recovery, because doing these runs in the heat is quite brutal. And if you don't have the hydration, the nutrition, the electrolytes and everything nailed, you will be feeling fucked for the rest of the day. So that's the main focus. I'm gonna have 2 bananas before the run, and then I will have 2 gels on the run, so 1 each 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna bring my electrolyte tablets. So I usually take 2 of these every 20 to 30 minutes. And I'm gonna have my water, and I'm gonna have separate water with my electrolytes. And this usually helps me a lot when I run in the heat, because you're sweating like crazy and it's just very hard. So we have ordered some food earlier. This is tabbouleh. Then we have chicken and rice. So we are eating on the couch because Lucy just moved in here. So no table. Lucy has a Nando's, which is probably slightly better than my food. But yeah, so we're having dinner now. And it's time to sleep because I need to get up very early. So it's 5:30 now. I'm getting my coffee in and my electrolytes, my hydration. Then I'm gonna warm up. And then I'm gonna head out. So I wanna be out and start my run before 6 a.m. or around 6 a.m. because by like 7:30, 8, it gets very warm because the sun is out. So need to rush and get going. So I'm running in Alzora today, which is very nice. It's a bit of a fancy area, and there is I think it's 18k in total. It's like a cycle track where I usually do my bike session on Monday. So I'm gonna run that loop. Temperature is okay. I mean, could be worse, could be better, but I'm gonna try and smash that run now. So that's the first block done. So I ran this at a 5:05 instead of a 5, so slightly slower than target. Yeah, I couldn't hit my... It's not that I couldn't hit it, but the humidity is very high right now. So I would have cooked myself. And I still have 7k to go now at a 4:50 target. So usually my tempo runs, when I do longer blocks, depending on my condition, my recovery, and obviously the outside circumstances. I used to run these on the treadmill and would just do them in like one go. So I would straight after continue with the next 7k block. But when I run them outdoors, I take a short break, like 2-3 minutes, and then we go again. Gonna take my second gel as well now. So we're done. That was tough. I held a 4:53, so slightly slower than my target of 4:50. I also stopped for probably like 60 seconds, or maybe just under 60 seconds after the first 4k, because yeah, I was so hot. Like I was basically running here and the sun is properly out already. But it was good, it was hard, but I'm quite happy with the pace I was able to hold. The purpose of this run is for me to find running at a 5 minute and at a 4:50 very easy. Because when I do the marathon in December, I always segment the distance. So I always run a negative split. Within a marathon, the race starts from kilometer 35, maybe 32 if you went hard, but that's when the race starts. And what I did last year was essentially I started, I think the first 10k at a 5:15, and then I ran 20 or 25k at a 4:50, and then the final 7k I think I slowed down to 4:55 or something. So I ended up finishing with an overall pace of 5:06 and a 3:32 or 3:33. So this year I have a similar plan, obviously with different paces, but I want to start the race at a 5 minute. This truck, I mean the cars here sometimes are insane, especially the trucks. So I want to start the race at a 5 minute pace, and then I still need to see if I'm going to segment it in 4 blocks, so 4 10k blocks, or if I'm going to do 10k warm up, 25k at my target pace, and then the last 7k at faster than my target pace. Gonna get an electrolyte in straight away, because these also taste very good. They're almost as good as an oats bowl with peanut butter. So I'm back in my house now, and I'm gonna be making the absolute goat. The goat of all the meals, breakfast meals you could have. My oats in yogurt bowl. 50 grams of oats. Then you will soak it in water and put it in the fridge for a couple of minutes. These aren't overnight oats. I mean, all these like fancy, weird overnight type of shit that you need to prep and then leave somewhere for I don't know how many hours. I don't do this. My breakfast takes me 5 minutes max. So I will put this in the fridge, and while this is in the fridge soaking, I'm gonna make coffee number 2. I've also so yesterday I ordered meal prep, so I'm gonna be having meal prep from now on, Monday to Friday for lunch and dinner. It's normal yogurt, it's normal full fat yogurt, it's not Greek yogurt or some other weird protein yogurt, because they don't really exist. I mean, they exist in Dubai, but if you buy a Greek yogurt in Dubai, you're gonna be spending like 500 euros a month just on Greek yogurt. Whey protein. And then we go for the toppings. 2 most important things for me. It's the honey. And then the last one is the most important thing, and also the best thing, peanut butter. So that's the goat of all bowls. So that's probably one of my most important meals after training. It's high in carbs, high in protein. It's just gonna help me recover quick. So the main focus today is check-ins first, and then I have a couple of other things to do with my content as well. And I'm also currently in the process of finding a new mentor for my business. When I started coaching back in 2021, I pretty much joined a mentorship before I even had clients. And it really helped me like get my business started. I very quickly, because I never worked on the gym floor, I went straight online with coaching. But I very quickly picked up clients, and it really helped me like build momentum from the get-go. And then I was without a mentor for some time. And so now, yeah, I'm in the process of finding a new mentorship again. I'm also without a coach at the moment. So I'm really running a solo show, which I think for me, like especially with my training and stuff, I've been with coaches for the last 5 years. Like I had my first coach in 2020. Then I was with Joe, and so who was my coach, and then these were the guys who prepped me for my first Ironman, my first marathon. I was with them for 2.5 years, I think. And then I was with another coach last year, or pretty much all of 2024. So when I did half Ironman, Oman, my first Hyrox. So, and then I just went solo. So for now, especially with my training, since the start of this year, and even last year when I did Abu Dhabi Marathon, I prepped myself, I did my own programming. I prepped Lucy as well, so we did it together, and we didn't run the same program, of course, but because I was also coaching her, it was kind of nice to then also do my own thing and run my own programming. And then, yeah, for this marathon as well, I've been coaching myself, or I am coaching myself, but I definitely want to get next year, so start of 2026, I'm looking at getting another coach again, so for myself, for my own training. Depending obviously what I want to focus on and do next year, that will play a huge role in who I want to work with. I think investing in yourself, and I spoke about this as well on my Instagram recently, people are sometimes so resistant to doing that, especially with the training and stuff, which I don't get. Like I don't get it. You know, why if you want to, if you have goals or you want to go somewhere, why you wouldn't invest in yourself and get help. When I was a very new coach, I got very good results with people. And I think one of the big reasons for this is because I've gone through my own transformation, and I worked with an online coach before I even became a coach myself. At the start of this year, I almost kind of rebranded my coaching a bit, even in terms of the people that I work with, the kind of people that I want to attract, the niche I want to focus on. So the big focus now is improving my content even more, attracting the right people into the business. So that's why I want to, I'm currently looking to who is the right mentor for me to help me do that. So I drove down here to the beach. I'm gonna get to a coffee shop now. It's around 6 p.m. The sun is setting. I'm gonna get a decaf coffee, finish off a few things. So it's time now, I'm in week 5 now of the prep. I have another big training week next week, and then I'm gonna go into a deload. I'm making sure my recovery is nailed. I'm also doing recovery sessions in the gym, so contrast therapy of the hot jacuzzi and the cold jacuzzi. I did a sauna yesterday for 15 minutes. So I've just finished everything. It's 7:30 now. So I had 2 sessions this week where essentially I didn't hit my target paces outdoors, but I've really been making an effort to get all of my hard runs in outside instead of the treadmill. I know I can hit the paces on the treadmill, I know I can hold the distances on the treadmill, but it's just a big difference running outdoors versus on the treadmill. And the running in the heat will of course hopefully really pay off in December. Tomorrow I have a lower body session where I obviously need to manage the intensity and the volume. I will see how my legs feel, but they feel pretty fine right now. And then what I'm gonna do is next week I will probably document a full week of training. So next week I'm gonna go into week 6 of the prep, and this is also my final training week of this first block. I went into the prep, I was like, oh, 16 weeks, it's a long time, and it's not, it has gone by so quickly. So my goal is to, as I mentioned, I'm working towards a sub 3:20 time. It's gonna be a big jump for me, going from a 3:32 to a 3:20. It's obviously 12 minutes, taking off 12 minutes of your marathon time. It all comes down to the next couple of weeks, and then of course the kind of condition I can get myself into. Specifically in this quarter, I haven't been traveling at all. I went back home during the summer, but then we kept these 3 months, like Q4 now, until the event, travel free. Because I love traveling, but it's also, I mean, yeah, it's always a huge logistical thing. You're tired, it disrupts your routine, it disrupts your training, it disrupts your everything. So we kept the calendar free, but more traveling to come, ASAP, hopefully after this. Gonna go home for Christmas for sure. And then smash the next block of training first. So see you in the next video, and bye bye.